Welcome, everyone. I am Glenda Dawson, and you're watching the Paranormal Dolls. My co host, Sarah Garcia Moongirl, is traveling, so we wish her well in her travels and in her events. But today we have great a great guest. Her
Give
name
me
is
light
Emmy.
G on that one.
Yeah, Emmy MacKenzie. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Now, should we thank Brian for helping us?
Brian, thank you for having me on here and hooking me up with Glenda. I don't know which way I'm pointing that way, I think.
Thank you for
Hello, Red Newer Sisters. I
uh,
shared you out so people from like my community will
good,
be coming
good.
in. Okay.
Well, yeah, this is good. So, how is everybody doing today? There you go. Now, tell us about yourself. Audience wants to know.
Well, I don't know. Ask
You were
questions. It's
born.
easier.
You were born. Good. When
Yeah,
did
I
you
was
start?
born. I survived when there was, swings across pavement, the
Me,
monkey bars on the pavement, the big
me,
metal slides. Yeah, see?
me too. It's amazing, isn't
We
it?
didn't have to ride, have our helmets on when we rode a bike. Now, what would you like to know about me?
So, what?
I hate talking about myself.
I know. Me too. Talking about myself, not you. Sure, I'm joking. What? How did you get into the paranormal?
Um, I grew up in a place called Baker City, Oregon. It's where the gold rush and stuff like that had been in through the Wild West, and there's a lot to history there. All pretty much the land itself is haunted, so that makes it a lot of the buildings and stuff. And I just got into it that way,
Hmm.
and for my family, because when I was younger, I would hear things and see things, but like shadows, not apparitions or anything like that.
Hmm. And now, was your family aware that you were seeing things, and
hmm
how were they with
I grew up with my grandparents and my grandma. She was into tarot cards and stuff, and so
that? So she
she
was
was very supportive over it.
good. Good. I love it when I hear that, because it's so much nicer to be supported in a community
But
instead
as
of
for
the rest of
kids
the
in
world.
school, you don't say anything
No.
because they think you're nuts already.
Well, it's the
Hi, Maria.
same thing as with me
Hey, Jackie.
when I was growing up. I just told my mother, and that was it, and my grandmother, and we kept it secret, everything,
Right.
surviving, right?
Yep.
Wow. And what made you start actually paranormal investigations?
Well, my teens, I kind of did it.
Hmm.
I mean, I've always been intrigued by it, and well, when I decided to finally have a family, I actually stopped everything. I put a block on stuff because I didn't because 30 years ago, I was thinking if I bring this into my home, it's going to affect my kids and everything
Hmm.
else. So I kind of put a stop to it, a block.
Hmm.
Well, lo and behold, the house me and my husband bought for the first 5 years, I would see this shadow peek around the corner, and for a long time, I thought it was the kids playing a trick with me. I'm like, stop, And then one night, me and him are home by ourselves, and I just happened to look over, and I look back at the TV, and my husband Jay goes, "What'd you see?" I'm like, "Nothing," because I never told him anything. He goes, "What'd you see?" I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "I'm gonna show you what you saw," and he mimicked it. I'm like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "Yeah." Ever since we moved in, I'm like, "Yeah." So there's that, and then found out with like one of my kids, he can astral project, and but
Nice.
I still put a hold on that. Certain things would happen around the house, but when my daughter finally, my youngest graduated, I have 5 kids. She
Oof.
graduated, and I started traveling to
Hmm.
pursue what I've been wanting to do and get
Right,
answers and stuff.
right,
Hi,
right.
everybody coming in.
Yes. Hi. You got a nice following there. They're coming on very good. So
Good supporters.
good for you. And now, women, whatever possessed you to have five children?
I
Just
was raised as an only child.
uh,
And my husband, so I'm from Oregon, he's from Boston. It's
okay.
just a and he was raised as an only child. And so I was like, I want a big family. So
Mhm. Okay, good for you. Good for you. No, I stuck with my three. That was more than enough.
I have 4 boys and my last one was finally a girl.
Ah,
So
well, you were just hunting for that girl. That's what it was. I know it. I know it. Uh-huh. I know it. No, but they mine was a boy, girl, boy. So they made sure that this way I wasn't hunting for anybody. It's just what came. Like, okay. So tell me places you've been to that it really resonated with you.
okay, so right when COVID started, I was that one that decided to travel. That was me. I didn't get COVID till this year, and I was even traveling then. So that's another story. Um, one of my best friends that live in Florida, I was going down there and we were traveling with her. I would go to, we went to, oh gosh, drive up the East Coast. We went to South Carolina. The first place we went to would be Abbeville, South Carolina.
Mhm.
At, can't remember the inn, but
Okay.
we started doing things like that. And that was actually almost exactly 4 years ago because it was in October.
Mm.
So there was that. We've been to Tennessee. Um, I've been to Tennessee several times just by myself too. So what the places that really have stood out on me was the USS North Carolina battleship.
Mm.
We did an investigation on that, and that one was amazing. I've really enjoyed that. And hello, everybody coming in. Everybody's like, hi, hi. And then probably the next one would have been Old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Right.
That was another really neat one. I know I got all this history over here on the West Coast, and I'm traveling east. Go figure.
Well, because you want to try something different, or maybe one
There's
of
a
your
lot.
pets.
I noticed more people on the East Coast is more accepting
Mm.
than over
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
It's I don't know why. We haven't caught up in time yet.
No. Mhm. Hopefully you will soon. Uh, so, so now you're doing podcasts and stuff like that, right? So,
Yeah.
what kind of stuff are you doing?
Well, anywhere from talking about paranormal, talking
Mhm.
about cryptids, talking about stuff that people are like, "Oh, I can't believe she said that." It's that's on Unholy Trinity. That
Well, that
yeah.
that's here.
Yeah,
Paranormal.
that
Yep.
paranormal smoke drop. So, on Thursdays, we have the Petri dish, which is kinda okay,
Mhm.
but Unholy Trinity? No. No, 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 no. That yeah. We'll have a subject, we'll start with a subject, and within 5 minutes, we're off to something else, talking about, like, swamp ass and stuff like that. It's horrible. It's the things other people don't talk about.
Well, that's good, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
you bring it out there. Everybody's thinking about
Oh, and driving people nuts, that's what Maria said. See, I told you. Don't tell people I'm don't nobody told you I was nice. Hey, Anthony.
it.
Anthony's on that show too. I
Oh, okay.
got the pleasure to meet Anthony. He's with
Mhm.
Texas Wraith Hunters, and the crazy thing was it took us 2 days to finally meet because our he was off doing something else, I was off doing something else, and he's like, we're messaging each other, "Are we gonna go investigate?" "Yeah, yeah." Plans totally changed different times, but we ended up meeting, and then we ended up doing investigations, and yeah, had fun.
Good.
Yes, and animal shows.
So, now
Love
are
you too,
your
Maria.
are
Sorry.
your kids also into this stuff, or did they kind of they know that they have gifts and stuff like that, but they put it aside?
All my kids are they're empaths.
Right.
Some of them more than others. Like one of my kids, he's an empath, but he also is a real strong empath when it comes to animals.
Mm.
Um, my youngest son,
Uh-huh.
he's all of the above. He can astral project. Yeah, he waited till he was probably 16 to I'm like, "Why are you telling me this at this age? Why didn't you tell me when you were younger?" He goes, "I thought you thought I was gonna be crazy." No. And then 2 of the other ones, they just kinda, like, set it back on a shelf. When they get
Mhm.
around certain people, they can tell, but they don't use it like they should, that
Well,
gut instinct.
you know what? They're just not ready, and when they're ready,
Hey,
it'll all come
Hirschman.
in.
Yeah.
It'll all come in. So, now you say you love to travel.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you travel just to the east, or do you go the other way too?
I'm as far west as you can get, so I go to the
Okay.
east. I'm in Oregon, so it's like
Oh,
Washington,
okay.
Oregon, California, and I'm in
Yeah.
Oregon.
Okay.
And
So,
I travel to, like, Oklahoma, I travel all that area, travel to the east.
mhm.
Yeah, I need to
Now,
start going south or
yeah. So, now you were a big helper on Fear Fest, right?
Yes, I helped Howard out. I was we're gonna have to relive this. I was helping celebrities get their tickets, and I kinda screwed up a few, so that was fun. Yeah, and then also while I was there, I was doing live streams and showing people what
Nice.
it was like there and meeting new people, meeting the vendors.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Now this was where? So
New
people know New
Orleans. It was
Orleans.
in New Orleans. It was, just I can't remember the date. Oh, September
You
29th through October 30th. 1st. I don't know.
oh.
October 1st.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
was
guys
gonna say October 31st. Wait, that hasn't passed
don't listen
yet.
to me.
It's one of those days. So, what was that memorable about that event?
Meeting the people that I've been associating with
Mm-hmm.
for a number of years. It wasn't just looking at them in a little square box anymore. It was like I was able to hug them. I'm a hugger, and
Mm-hmm.
to hug them and actually talk to them, and they're the same. Uh-oh, I think Howard's in here. Somebody said, "Hello, Howard." I gotta hide. These people I met
Uh-huh.
are and I've met some people that were totally different on and off camera.
Right.
These people were exactly the same off camera as they are on camera. Maybe a little oh, he is in here.
Right.
What the we didn't call Lucifer, Howard, for fuck's sake, jeez. Um, yeah, just they're amazing. They really are amazing, and I'm glad I got to meet them.
Mhm.
Nobody was fake, or I'd have to kick their butt.
Now, since we're on the events menu, why don't we talk about what's coming up for
Global Ghost Hunt.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so Global Ghost Hunt, is coming up here in October. The first day kicks off October 19th. Oh,
Mhm.
Howard is on the Facebook side, Stony. Everybody's like, "I can't see Howard." He's on the Facebook side. Okay, so it's kicking off with October 19th, and, I forgot his name, not he's gonna be doing Bobby Mackey's, Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond.
All
He's
right.
gonna he's actually gonna be going live from Bobby Mackey's.
Nice.
The real Bobby Mackey's, you guys. So, and then I'm gonna be after him. I'm actually gonna be going live from Lafayette Cemetery up here, Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery here in Lafayette, Oregon.
Mhm.
And then it's gonna be us to the first day, and then so on, and it's for 10 days.
Right.
So the 19th through the 29th. I had
Nice.
to I had to count, yeah. Um, there's gonna be a lot of people. A lot more people have signed up. It's a great way to not only get your team out there, but a lot of places, the history, some places that are gonna be torn down, condemned and stuff. But if we get
Mhm.
get them out there, there may be a chance to,
Save
revive
them.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
save them, revive.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah, you know what I mean.
a lot of times we have places that are in our right in our own neighborhood, and we could just keep looking at the place, and all of a sudden somebody comes and tears it down to make these fancy
Yeah.
dancy apartments and all that other stuff, and we don't realize that that history is gone. And so if we could save, what this is what it's all about, right? Being
Mhm.
uniting,
Yep.
showing a good side of the paranormal,
Mhm.
and also to try to get some funding, or even notice for those places that are having a hard time,
Yeah.
especially since COVID, right? A
Oh, yeah.
lot of them had to close, and once they closed, it was very hard to get back up, and so it's good. It's very good. Now, so this event has people from all over the world, also, or
Yep.
basically at
Yep.
this moment.
All over. All over.
And
And next year it's gonna be, I wanna say May? I can't remember. But it's getting bigger. It's getting,
right.
I think maybe at one point it might end up running a month long, because if we get more people involved in it, and it is a good thing. This is my first year going into it. Brian made me part of the Global Ghost Hunt, I don't know, 6 months ago, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying try not to burp on your show, I'm sorry.
That's
And
okay.
so, and
You're
then he
drinking
has
soda,
me
woman.
he has me working with Tombstone, Arizona for their Paracon
Oh,
and stuff. So we're trying to network with them. And
nice. Nice.
so yeah, so
That's,
it's big thing.
and that the thing is, it's like, the more that we get together and unite, the better it is for
Yes.
everyone. Um, Now, what else can you tell me about any um, shows that, or any events that you're coming, or you're developing or trying to do with somebody?
I will be part of the Paracon in Tombstone.
Okay, okay. Um, so, okay,
I just gotta show you what they're talking about really fast, okay?
okay.
This. There's a joke with this, but I don't think
I
this is not the show.
no, right. This is not the show right now, but
Yeah,
we're just
no.
trying to figure out.
Yeah, yeah. This is not the show, Hearst, or anybody out there. No. No, no, no.
This
Please,
is about the paranormal.
yeah, not that. There's fun stuff in it, and so it's a show of its own. I'm telling you, that's what we do on Unholy Trinity.
There you go. That's
That
what you
sounds
think.
horribly wrong. I'll show you after the show. Hey,
So,
Thomas.
when you finally decided to, especially in Oregon and those, finally come out, and were you afraid? Did people take you okay? What was your experience?
No, as I was growing up, I really didn't care what people honestly thought about me,
Hmm.
and even to this day, I really don't care. I've learned a lot. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Um, and if you've never walked in my shoes, so you don't know how I am, what have I experienced, or who I am. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I know a lot of people are still out there, but
Hmm.
shouldn't be. Yeah, shouldn't
So,
be. Just hang around me.
have you thought about writing a book about your experiences?
No, but people have told me I should.
I I think you should. I think that would be a great. And now you could do that in Amazon self-publish, so you don't even have to wait for a publisher. And it would be great to get your story out there. Maybe somebody needs healing from
I could probably help somebody. Howard goes, "You have no idea what I think about you, Emmie MacKenzie."
it. Yeah.
Oh, Howard. That's okay. I flattened your tire. I'm just saying.
Oh boy. So, tell me about a paranormal experience that you had that stands out.
Shut up about the cow, Howard. That don't count. Um, Probably the best one would be on the ship, the USS Battleship, North Carolina.
Hmm.
I've never seen a full body apparition. No, not the cows, Howard. And
Uh-huh.
still to this day, that would be amazing to see. But what had happened is Patty and I are sitting down, and we're in the
Now,
sick bay.
Patty.
Patty from the G team.
Okay.
We're sitting and doing the SS method and stuff, and I'm sitting down on the ground. I just happen to look up, and through this plexiglass, this face points down at me, and it startled me. So I screamed, because I wasn't expecting that. And I jumped up, and I thought somebody was playing a joke on me. They went through the back door or something, and I guess there's no way to get in there. And that's part of the sick bay, and like the desk for the doctors and stuff.
Right.
Well, I shook that off and everything. Matt Barron, do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he come around, and that was the first time I met him too. Well, earlier that night, and he come around. I'm like, "Oh my God, Matt, you won't believe this." He goes, "What?" And I explained to him what I saw, and he goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." Earlier that see, I got goosebumps just thinking about right now. When he was doing a walkthrough, he saw the same thing, and that was hours before
Nice.
I even got there. So that's just clarification of there's something there. I'm not sure if
Hmm.
it's trying to get our attention. It might be residual. I don't know, but yeah.
But it's good that you both saw it because you both helped each other
Yep.
not think that you're just seeing a shadow or
And
something.
he had told another person right
Hmm.
after that happened, after he saw it, and so that other person said, "Oh my God, yes, he did." So it proves.
So that's great. It's perfect. So, is there another one that you could think of? Because I don't.
Yes, actually, when I went to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital,
Mhm,
there was this little boy there. His name was Adam, and actually, I started communicate with him. He was using a balloon to talk
mhm,
to me, and a lot of people can try to debunk it because we were in a hall. The balloon was closer to the wall, but if a breeze came through, it would go like this. Here's the wall.
mhm. Right.
It was actually coming towards me, and I asked Adam, I'm like, "Can you push that over that line?" And he'd get almost there, and he'd come back, the balloon start rocking, I'm like, "Stop the balloon," and all of a sudden it would stop. And then when I'd ask him other questions, he would move the balloon to my yes, no. That one really stuck out with me. I go into to these places, and we have the entire place to investigate, but if I'm actually interacting with somebody, and I call them somebody because,
Yeah.
yes,
They-
they're
We're
like us.
alive most of the times. That we're alive at that point. At some point.
Yeah, and, I will stay there and keep communicating with them until they're done communicating with me.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess I can waste a lot of money going to a place and sitting in one spot for hours.
Well, you could be traveling through the whole place and not get anything. So,
Exactly. That's
you know,
a lot of places are like that too.
yeah.
Like if I was to go into certain places like probably Bobby Mackey's, bigger
Hmm.
places like that, I would probably try to debunk a lot of things that were
Hmm.
said or, done.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, but not extremely like that.
Right. Right. Well, it's good that you go in with skepticism
Yeah.
because a lot of the times people, they see a moth flying and they don't
An orb.
an orb, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a moth.
Yeah.
Can,
Slow it down. You'll
can
see
we
the
skip
wings.
on? Yeah, just let's keep going.
Yeah.
You know, uh, but it's okay. They have enthusiasm, and that's what I call it.
Yep.
And they are so interested in actually seeing something or experiencing something. So,
And that's why I
uh,
feel we're here to, educate other people on it. Because there's a lot of the shows out there, a lot of YouTubers
mhm.
misinforms so many people. And it's Jasper Joe was another place that stood out to me. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's
It
okay.
just dawned on me. I'm like, what was another place? It was like I'm Jasper Jail and Gilchrist Jail. Um, but yeah, a lot of these people really misinform other people who want to know about the paranormal, and then you know,
It, it takes the unexperienced in a different direction, and then it could get them in trouble too
yes,
if misinformed, you know. And that I always tell everyone, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's correct.
right,
Double check um, your source. Double check the information, because even the source could have been misinformed. So
yeah,
just go with somebody that you feel that you trust.
hmm
Not just because there's so much information, and TikTok, forget it. That's
yeah,
another
yeah.
There's another place where it's like, what did I just hear you say? What? And I'm like, okay, I'm
You
out
you
of here.
want to I reach through and strangle them. It really does piss me off when you know these people are lying and these other people are like, "Oh my god, did that really happen?" Their audience. I'm just like, "Oh god, no. That's horrible."
Or people who think that every single thing is a possession.
Oh, it's a demon.
It's a demon. No,
Howard's the only demon here.
no. It's not a demon every single time. It could just be an angry ghost,
Yeah,
people.
that's what I
An
say.
angry ghost who
If
is
you're an
tired.
asshole
Yes.
alive, you're gonna be an asshole when you're dead, and if somebody like me comes along and disturbs you, you're gonna be an asshole and say, "You know what? Let me rest in peace. Get the hell out of here." That's it.
And it could be that they're sick and tired of us going in there and saying, "Can you talk? Can you
I know.
move things?" It's like, think about it. If somebody came to your house right this second and ordered you to move this, move that, you would be like, "What?"
Yep,
And,
demons
and
are rare. They
yes,
are.
they are very rare, and possessions are very rare too. That's why it takes the Catholic Church over 2 years to get a okay, because they do a lot of testing before they actually get the final approval. So,
Right.
and they want to make sure that in exorcisms it's the truth
Yeah.
deal. So, um, yeah, you could go someplace that's very negative and get what we call an attachment, but it's not really a demon. It's not anything. It's just that something very negative that saw you as the light and wanted to piggyback. So,
And sometimes good spirits will come with you too, attached
right.
to you too, because there was something about you that they really enjoyed.
hmm That's why I tell people that when they do some type of investigation, something, they have to do something to protect themselves when they walk in there.
Always.
Something. I don't care if it's just you. Nope, you're staying here and you're not coming with me. To doing the whole sage and the whole thing, the prayer, whatever, and especially in places where it's very very haunted.
Yes.
It's just plain makes sense. It just makes sense.
hmm
So, now how did you get involved with the global ghost hunt? Because I know that people want to know that.
Oh God. So I met Matt. First time me and Patty met Matt. Well, we were talking for like 6 months, and then he invited us to go to the ship. Hey, you guys want to go to the
Mhm.
battleship? So I flew to Florida. We drove up, and we met Matt. And then Matt and I've always remained kept that friendship and stuff.
Mhm.
And somehow Brian got in the picture. Sorry, Brian, I don't remember. It's one of those things. Fibro fog, people. It's real.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how he got into the picture. I think, well, he was with Huntophobia, or he still
Right.
is.
Right.
And I think him and Matt
Mhm.
were doing a lot of talking behind the scenes, and then, you know, one thing led to another. So I've known Brian for about a year and a half, and then maybe a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, good, good. It's nice to hear that you know the opportunities are still there for
Yeah.
some growth on everybody's part. So so share,
We got
share,
it,
share, share.
folks.
Yeah.
Rule number thumb. I know that's going to be my T-shirt. Everybody's going to laugh about that one.
So what else are you doing? You doing the the stuff on YouTube? Now, do you do PDX Paranormal
Hmm.
on YouTube? And what is
Yeah.
that about?
I haven't been doing anything on my channel probably the last couple months just because been busy with everything else and been
Right.
on different podcasts and stuff. I'm getting back into the groove. I'm going to go back into it. Start, I love live streaming. I really do. I it's hard for me to do videos, so I'd rather go out and live stream and do a cemetery or do a place
Mm-hmm.
live, and then I can go back and listen to it. And I hate editing, so I don't know
Oh,
how to edit.
yeah, yeah. That's an interesting interesting thing to have to do.
Yeah,
And now you have also a TikTok, so people
that's
can
like my
find you
funny
there.
site. I don't really do paranormal on that because everybody has overran the paranormal on TikTok, and I just do stupid shit over there.
Okay,
But
okay.
I
Well,
mean, it's
to have
still
fun, right? It's
yes,
all
that's
about
it.
having fun, and it's all about at the
That's my
same time.
resting place.
That's why you can say whatever you want to say, and nobody really can say anything. So, and now seriously, you, I keep hearing. Hope you don't mind, but they keep saying that you really need to write that book. Just for the record. Just for the
Who's
record.
telling you this? They're probably
A woman with long hair, and she's about height is always killing me. She's not really tall, but a woman about long hair. Um, she has white hair, but it's kind of like a salt and pepper more than long white hair. And she just keeps standing in front of me, and she keeps saying, "You got to tell her." And I'm like, "I'm doing a show right now." And she's like, "Nope, I don't care. You got to tell her." So I'm telling you.
how tall do you think she is?
Five. Okay, 5'2", 5'3".
Okay.
Tops 5'5". No, not
Okay.
not a real tall woman.
Okay, it wasn't who I was thinking it could have been.
Okay.
Person I was thinking is like 4'11", so
Eh, you know, like I said,
like you said, it's hard to say, come here.
I'm not really crazy with the. I'm not really good with the height unless they're really tall. And then
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking up there, so that means they're pretty up there. So, still, it's time to write it, I guess, whoever it is.
Well, I guess I'll have to find somebody to help. I
There you go.
I have adult ADHD, so even just sitting down reading a book myself is hard.
Well, now you have a lot of programs, some built into Microsoft that
Oh, okay.
when you dictate, it types it up for you. So, there you
Yeah.
go.
Wow. Mind blown. That was too easy.
There you go. There you go.
I
Now,
thought I flipped in
if
from a
I had my,
typewriter.
yeah, no, I have my, we had our stepson on, or my stepson on, he would be going, the staples. That was easy. He does that all the time. So tell me what you find fascinating about the paranormal.
Learning about it, because every day it's a constant learning thing. Especially when I hear them in my ear or if they're in my camera,
Mhm.
and you're like, especially when you go back and listen, you're like, where did that come from? That's the exciting thing, and to help other people, it helps.
Mhm.
I don't know, it helps. It's hard to say, but I love learning, and like I said, when I hear it's validation.
Yeah, it's validation, and also, like you said, it helps heal others,
Yes.
right? Because it helps them understand that they're not alone in this world and that they
Yep.
are here to also experience that and understand that there is another side that's there to help them and all that. So now, what are your plans? Any plans in the future?
Well, I guess I'm going to be writing a book.
There you go. I heard that. It's it wasn't
I,
a rumor. That's great.
I, that's cool. No, I'm still going to be traveling. I'm going to do like the Paracon and Tombstone.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to start looking for more places over here on the West Coast. 'Cause some of those places, I'm getting too old to actually fly. That's long hours, and we stay up. We got insomnia, and we stay up all night, and then it just drains us.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I want to try do more closer to home. That's bad English there. Closer to home. God, take that part out.
Okay,
We're
I will.
live.
No, I will. No, I will. I'm not taking that out. That was
Yeah, I'm
okay.
trying to get my husband to do more with me. When I'm over here, he 'cause you're not supposed to go by yourself.
Mhm.
And PDX Paranormal is one. That's well, my husband's part of my team if he wants to be. But the name PDX, actually, the PDX stands for Portland, as in Portland, Oregon, and it's also the name of our airport because I was always having. To this day, I still screw up at the airports. That's a whole nother show there too. That's the hints, the PDX. I've gone to the wrong airport. So, yeah, I'm telling you, if it can be done, I've done it, and I've missed flights over this. So yeah,
Well, I know about the search. I was searched in Vegas 3 times on the set between the second and the third time. You know, they have to have woman to woman, man to, and I was like, could I have him? And they're looking at me. I said, I want some enjoyment out of this too. Come on.
right there you go.
They really got a little angry at me. Anyway.
Yeah, they're like that straight face, like they got that bitch face going on all the time. You're like, come on,
But you
smile.
have to understand though, right? You have to understand that they have to be
Yeah, and when
really.
you're going through a bag full of paranormal equipment and they don't know what that looks like, but through their X-ray it looks like bombs. Yeah, they're not too happy to see you come through. And I was on live stream and I had to explain all this equipment. And I missed my plane. I got stuck in Tampa, Florida, or Orlando, Florida for 26 hours. It's facts.
But yeah, it is funny, and you can understand why they have to
Yeah.
have that persona while on a job because a lot of people disrespect them and
Yes.
disrespect their authority. So, but like I said, and as I am saying those words, I'm like, what did I just do? What did I just do? Yep, I said it. Okay, here it comes. And yes, here it
There
comes.
it is.
That's why I don't. That's one of the reasons I don't like flying because it's so much. You have to go through so much right now to go
Oh, yeah.
anywhere. So I like driving. Try to drive wherever I go, and then I get to see also the countryside. So
That's what I wanna do. I've talked to my husband about getting one of those conversion vans for me. I mean, we got a big old truck and a camper. That's just you can't go certain places with a long camper. So I'm like,
hmm
I would like to have one of those vans to travel in. I
yeah,
would seriously like that.
yeah, that would be good. That would be good, and it would be nice because you get to meet. Then you could stop by and meet others
Yep.
on wherever you're going. You could kind of
Oh, yeah,
plan
definitely.
it in. So, now your husband goes with you every once in a while, you said.
Yeah, if I'm here when I'm home, when
Right,
I'm homebound, yeah.
right. Now, has he always been in the paranormal or was it more like you brought him into it?
It's more me. He's more of a skeptic. He'll try to debunk things and stuff. He's also a photographer, so he looks a lot at the views on when you're editing, and his eyes are all over the place. So yeah,
Oh,
he will try to debunk it before he would be like, oh, okay, that was an orb, because there was a place we went to and there was actually mist coming through.
mm,
And I'd asked him, I'm like, "Are you smoking?" And he goes, "No," because we're in this like abandoned house that was really creepy.
right.
You get the feelers, and every now and then a mist would come by and swirl up and go around. And I thought it was smoke, but he said it wasn't smoke, and then he still couldn't debug it. So it's stuff like that. People try.
Well, that's good. He could, because then you know for sure it is what it is,
Yeah.
not just an imitation, so to speak.
Yep.
So, um, now you brought him into this, and how did you just present it as okay? I believe in ghosts, or was it more like he saw you in action?
No, we would watch like Ghost Adventures or whatever, taps and stuff.
Right.
What? It shouldn't be. Sorry, he was talking. Yeah, so that's how he kinda got into it,
Mm-hmm.
just from watching the ghost shows back
Good.
in 90s, 2000, yeah, it was the 90s, Imma say it's the 90s. I can't think.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, like Maria said, a good paranormal investigator always tries to debunk.
Yeah,
That's very true. Very true. Because you don't want to mislead even yourself,
yeah.
right? So, now, is there anything on your wish list that you have not done?
I want to go to the UK or Ireland and do castles.
Oh,
That's where I wanna go.
yes. Nice, nice. I want to go to Romania and do the main castle there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on my wish list. Whenever I feel like a deal with all the traveling
Right, wait till
craziness.
COVID hits again or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Once everything has slowed down,
The
so
stuff was so cheap, though, I'm telling you, that was the best time to travel. I mean, you pretty much got the entire road to yourself. Well, you wear a mask, but that was the
right.
best time. Then everything jacked up on me. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, well, yes, for sure. So, immediate plans besides the global ghost hunt.
No, not as of right now. It's starting to get really cold here in Oregon. Today
Mm-hmm,
it's rainy weather.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Not yet.
yeah. No,
More towards spring, yeah.
yeah. You usually, at least for the northern
And that's
side of
one
the
reason why I
U.S.
traveled too, was because when it's dead over here, no pun intended, I'm sorry, but when it's dead over here, it's more active to go over there. That's
Oh,
horrible. Cut that
oh.
part out too.
Nah, I'm
Damn it.
leaving that one in. That was classic, classic. It's only from one fiber girl to another that we could
That's right.
understand this. We know exactly what we're going through, and what comes out is like,
I'm surprised we made it this far into the conversation without both going, um,
um,
yeah, okay, like, where were we? Then we gotta start talking to the crowd, "Hey, Maria. Hey, everybody," and then we're like, "Yeah, we don't know what the hell we're talking about." Imagine being on an investigation together, we'd be like,
oh.
"Oh, what the" yeah.
Now, when you went to St. Augustine,
Yes.
yes, where did you go there?
Well, we did do the jail
Mm-hmm.
there, that was really cool. The lady we got the history of it, and then, she let us kinda go through because we had our own equipment,
Right.
and then she had told us about the cemetery to go to afterwards, and I can't remember the name of the cemetery, but it's one of the cemeteries where unfortunately, and this is where we felt a lot of pain when we went to the cemetery because it wasn't well kept. Well, I get out of the car and Patty's like going, and there's two other people, and they're like, "We can't get in the cemetery." I'm like, "It doesn't say no trespassing, no nothing." They're like, "It's gated." I'm like, "What? That push the gate." eat. I'm like, it's open. Let's go. So we get in there though, but it was just overwhelming.
we,
That's true.
we don't
Well,
recommend this, people. We're just, it's just
it
us.
said it did not have no trespassing.
Right.
So
Didn't have or
if it
closed.
had no trespassing, I would not do it. If the
Right.
gate was locked, I would not climb the gate.
Right.
So we went in there, and there was so basically it was cemetery that had been separated from the other cemetery that's
Hmm.
been well maintained, and unfortunately that's where all the whites had been buried, and then
Right.
this cemetery was all the colored people and everything else, and they
Yeah.
they wanted to talk, and so they were talking quite a bit to all of us. We all have different experiences from it.
Hmm.
um that was a really see, I got goosebumps on that one too. That one was really memorable to me and
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah. We did the St. Augustine, the old jail, and all that, and I could feel the unwed mothers
Yeah.
and the children that died from the
Mhm.
unwed mothers, and that was,
And when
that
you're
was.
walking on the town, just it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, when
Mm-hmm.
we went there during weekday, because weekends we heard can be overwhelming, so, we made sure
Right.
it was a weekday, and yeah, it's very hard to walk those streets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially if you feel everything and you hear everything and all that.
Mhm.
Um, that's why I it I did my investigation ahead of time, even though there was an actual program investigation, an event
Mhm.
with Andrea Perrin and Amy. Oh Lord, Amy Fisher, I think. No, I'm sorry, Amy. I forgot your last name. But and they were doing for teddy bears for children and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I did that during the day. I kind of went through everything during the day, and then at night I was just like, yeah, no, I'm sitting here watching
Yep.
everybody do their thing. I'm eating, drinking coffee, and just like,
And it does a lot of times the atmosphere does change
yes.
from daytime to nighttime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, people, if you guys feel that, it's not your imagination. It really does,
Right.
especially in areas like that there's so much history because that's like the oldest town
Mm-hmm.
on the East Coast, and just doesn't have graveyards. There's people buried under those streets,
Right.
and they'll tell
Exactly.
you no, there's not, but there
Mm-hmm.
is.
No, there
It
is.
depends on who
And
you talk to.
right, but there is, and
There is.
especially for people who are not, um, the proper status. If they were unwed women, if they were sick,
Yep.
whatever, because you could have had a cold, what is now a cold, back then could have been a death sentence. So they would take you and throw, push you off to the side,
Yep.
and just it was very different back then. Very different.
Oh, I hit my keyboard. Sorry. Oops.
So I just wanted to find out: is there anything else that you want to talk about? Any other experiences that have really caught you?
I mean, Jasper Gel, because I remember that one. That was a really cool place.
And for
So
those that don't know, where's Jasper Jail?
in Florida,
Okay.
Jasper, Florida. I believe it's Jasper,
Jasper
Florida.
Jail in Florida, you'll find it,
Yeah.
people.
Um, we stayed the whole weekend there,
Hmm.
and that was another amazing experience. Because when you're listening to the SB7 or even the Necrophonic app, no, depending on who's listening to what, there was this voice, and he said he was the warden, but it was a very distinct voice that I'd never heard come across in SB7, and it was the same voice that come across the Necrophonic app. And he really liked Patty. He attached himself to Patty somehow.
Hmm.
And when we went back down to South Florida, we get in the car and you hear this voice. And it's like, wait a minute, we know that voice. And so we we turn on SB7 and he said he was here in that voice. We're like, Patty's like, you have to go back. You can't stay here with me. So that was a really big experience right there too. Because this was
Mm.
like 15 hours later from where we were at. So yeah.
So
So
that
that do
probably
follow you, people.
taught you to cleanse yourself
Mhm.
before you even get into the car to
Yep.
go anywhere. That's that's what I say. This is all an experience, and this is all
Mhm.
about teaching and learning and all that, and unity, because we this way we teach each other.
Hey,
Right?
Nando.
Hi,
And
Nando.
there's really no wrong way, no right way. It depends on how you're more comfortable with it.
Right.
When I go to a place, I like to sit and I like to be quiet because I like to hear everything. And then there's
Mhm.
other people that just want to keep talking, and sometimes the spirits will interact with them, but you can't hear them until you go back and watch the
Mm.
footage.
Right. Right. No, I'm the type that goes in there and talks to the spirit and finds their history. I
Yes,
want to hear what they're about.
I go in blind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like to find out ahead of time, and
Yep.
then I could always do my own type of historical investigation that way,
Right.
and I just find it so much more
And
fun for me.
I agree with you on that too. And they really do tell you the stories are, you wouldn't be surprised this how many stories are so different than what one person is telling you and then what they've said, and you go
Hmm.
look it up, it's totally different. I believe the spirits themselves.
Yeah, yeah, me too. They would talk about themselves a little more, you know, more
Mhm.
honestly than other people. I mean, yes, you do have your jokesters, as I call it,
Yes.
but
The
you'll
funny you
know
said
right
that.
away. You'll know right away. So.
The mimics, the jokesters.
Mhm, mhm. All right, so we're coming soon to the end here. Anything else?
She's trying to get me off the panel, you guys. I'm blinking
Trying
to
to get her off. Don't take
no,
that, Howard. Don't run with that one.
he's going to. He's going to. Howard runs with everything.
So, no, seriously, anything else that you want to tell the audience about yourself or your experiences?
Um, I'm pretty much an open book, so I think a lot of people already know
Mhm,
my experiences, and a lot of people that came in chat on the YouTube side
mhm,
know they know me for quite a few years. And when I go live, it's a real IRL. I even if I fuck up, I'm just like, oh man, that's on camera. But yeah, they know I really am an open book. So
Well, good, good. And I just want to take this moment to thank you.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you to everyone who was in chat. I love seeing all the stuff and all the comments, and some of them were extremely funny. Uh, so I want to thank you, and please, we definitely want to have you back hopefully, when Sarah is back in town and in her own domain, so she knows that she has service. And
Yeah,
good
I'd like
luck.
to meet her too.
Yes, good luck in your global hunt.
Thank you.
Yeah, global ghost hunt before Brian kicks me too.
And go to globalghosthunt.com and go ahead and register for next year, people. You can do that. You can find a place or look in there. If there is a place that need a team,
Mm-hmm.
you can sign up and be that team for that location.
There
You
you go.
know,
There you,
it's there's something for everybody.
exactly. And if all you can do is just watch, then support that way too. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you. Many blessings. We love you all.
Bye, everybody.
Hang out for a minute, Emmy.
What?
Bye.
I get to hang out. Yes.